Welcome back to the Water Left Frog podcast. This is episode 5 for season 1. This will wrap up our first season, and I'm going to take a little break over the next few weeks and get some new recordings back up and moving. The episode tonight actually was recorded in 2007 when I first started my kind of pseudo podcast journey. I'm going to let it just speak for itself. Welcome. You're listening to the November audio diary of me. You're listening to the beautiful sounds of Grant Green. I'm born to be blue. The purpose of this disc is to kind of introduce you to some of my music. Kind of a audio diary of sorts. Share some thoughts on kind of what's going on in my world of music. So if you somehow got this disc in your hands and you don't know who the hell I am, that's okay. Sit back and relax. Listen to the 8-track. Anyway, this is November 24th, 2007, and this is the month of November's audio disc. It's appropriately titled Number 5, Mary Ann Swings. I happened to find a piece of paper lying around the house that had Number 5, Mary Ann's Swings written on it, and I have no clue as to what my wife was writing about, but I thought it was an appropriate title because I really don't know what I'm going to do with all this. I know I'm going to talk a little bit about some of my music and some of the recordings I've done over the last few years and some new stuff that's made it. So we'll get started in just a minute and kind of fade on out of here with Grant Green. First song up is called Slow Breeze Moments. This was actually written probably about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, and recorded right after I wrote it. And there's nothing major on this one. I just wanted something kind of simple, kind of laid back. And this is what came out. Hope you enjoy.
Dogs chasing up and down these fences, leaves touch down in the webs of grass. She won't speak to me until we're here. Words tumble amid the stars and the rain. She's all I have, the boy stuck to my hand. Slow scratches across her dear white legs, lines on her face, soft curses and shade, curves under the words on her t-shirt. And it seems slow breeze moments, retreats from the battlefield lights. Her nurse eyes tending my wounds, branches overhead, mosaics of life amid the faulty leaves. Girl, and I am. She knows what doesn't have to be said. Hands moving in a quiet dance, lips parted, slow autumn kiss, all of my world in a moment's collapse. Iraqis so wounded in war, graves on a hillside facing the day. One by one my words drip and sway. Sleep's half revenge, finally giving way. Finally giving way. Finally giving way. Nipsey slow breeze moments, retreats from a battlefield lines. The nurse eyes tending my wounds, branches overhead, mosaic alive amid the faulty leaves, curled and dying. Nipsey slow breeze moments, retreats from the battlefield lines. Her nurse eyes tending my wounds, branches overhead, mosaics alive amid the faulty leaves, curled and dying.
The next song up is called 1973. This was written probably around 96 or 97, and it was recorded probably in 97. It started off as a piano ballad called Just Plain 72, and then took it to the band and that I was playing with at the time, and we turned it into kind of more of a rock piece, and ended up being 1973, so I actually revamped some of the lyrics, which I don't normally do, because once I write a song, I assume it's pretty much done. But I revamped this one and ended up, the final result of this recording, I actually ended up liking quite a bit. There's a nice reference to Jerry Garcia in it, and let's see, Mark Hrabowski's playing on this one. He's playing drums, Aaron Herzon's playing bass, John Bedgood is playing piano, and I'm doing guitar and singing. Enjoy.
Living on the rise and living on peace, and John Lennon imagined no heaven. The car we were driving broke down on the side of the road, so we laid low. The war was over, the boys came home to a country they never knew existed. They were just students and a monster songs ran to us if we were the ones. And Joni Mitchell played his songs, and Speckled Sunlight was nothing at all, just a crazy 76. It was in this world with the Grateful Dead we said goodbye to our friend. Talked about the years to come, a quiet hand, a gentle facing very well. And it was back to 73 it all began.
I've had a lot of songwriters come in, and I've usually helped them out kind of recording their first disc or so. And this next song came from a recording session for a songwriter who I will remain unnamed. And the person came in, and we got a drummer in and did a nice elaborate arrangements. But I can't say the songs really grabbed me, but I did like the arrangements, and I had played on most of the arrangements. So essentially, those kind of are my recordings. So this was a writing exercise. I wanted to take this person's song and rewrite the lyrics and change the melody. So this is kind of a pre-recorded version of a song that I took the lyrics away and the melody, changed it, dropped out the guitar parts and all that kind of stuff, went in, re-recorded it, and essentially left with something that I would have done. And I don't know if it's any better or worse than the original, but it was a nice kind of process to go through to kind of see what role the voice and the lyrics play in making a song better or worse. I do have a tendency to kind of appreciate this one a little bit more than what the original was. So enjoy this.
The rain hadn't come down since November. The circus moved their trucks into town. The preacher got his hand greased with some 20s. The thieves and the freaks with the towns of canvas and holes. In the sawdust ring where the clowns wave their arms about, the lights overhead growing dark, and the starfish faces in the crowd wide and odd. The band played cues for the laughter, and one by one the men sneak off to sin, and one by one the men paid to touch skin. The naked Charleston shall shake it real slow, for a little dough shall take you where you wanna go. She'll take you anywhere, don't tell a soul. And outside the tent the lights waited for the 3 o'clock show. Boys on the shoulders of their old man, dust and popcorn at their feet, tied boots from the season's work, a day's wages for a dream's romance. And one by one the men sneak off to sin, and one by one the men paid to touch skin. The naked Charleston shall shake it real slow, take you where you wanna go. She'll take you anywhere, don't tell a soul. She'll take you anywhere, don't tell a soul, don't tell a soul.
operation of the machine becomes so odious, makes you so sick at heart that you can't take part. You can't even passively take part. And you've got to put your bodies upon the gears and upon the wheels, upon the levers, upon all the apparatus, and you've got to make it stop. And you've got to indicate to the people who run it, to the people who own it, that unless you're free, the machine will be prevented from working at all.
As I started this project and I got into it, I started to realize just how bad I am about telling you what my songs are about. As I started to go through the list and look at them, I'm like, I don't know what that song's about. I really don't have a clue. So this next song up is called Grin, and this qualifies as a song I don't really have a clue as to what it's about. It started off as an acoustic piece, and I got a hold of some Indian tabla loops and started to kind of weave together this electronic background for this acoustic setting. And that's probably the part I like most about the song. It's just that contrast between pseudo-electric, ethnic instruments and the acoustic guitar. I'm just going to play it. There you go.
After the sirens run down the staircase, hand over my head against the wall, I can remember the wait time slowed down. Sweat t-shirt, a dirt, wooden floor. Mockingbird and the cat's mouse green, killing the silent song so sweetly. Catch me running, pants pulled down, throwing my ass half moon, sun come around. Sun comes around. And I keep waiting for the bugs to crawl out of my skin. Sin and looking glass, steal that last drink. Remember when? Ashes in the backyard falling, barefoot tongue she teases me cut. Branches hiding the angry drunk sky. Wonder if this is worth dying for. And I keep waiting for the bugs to crawl out of my skin. Sin and looking glass, steal that last drink. Remember when? Drink to the last of your fallen enemies. Remember when? And I'll burn those photographs again. Steal the sunlight, hold every last drop in your hand. Throw your head back, take that bottle, neck in your fingertips, and grin. Still grin. Just grin. Summer dresses hiding in cherry drops, tasting the whisper in my ear. You were the last one waving goodbye. quickly dies. And I keep waiting for the bugs to crawl out of my skin. Sin and looking glass, steal that last drink. Remember when? Drink to the last of your fallen enemies. Remember when? And I burn those photographs of you. Steal the sunlight, hold every last drop in your hand. Throw your head back, take that bottle, neck in your fingertips and grin. I can grin. I still grin.
I think it's important as a songwriter to also acknowledge some of your how can I say it, crappier songs, and I think this one falls into that category. This was probably like within the first 10 songs I'd ever written back in 95, 96, somewhere in there, and it's called Fisher King. I wrote this over, I think that I did write this one in Australia. I was able to take a 6-month sabbatical over to Australia and just do some writing and meet some great people. Anyway, this song is called Fisher King. I'm going to be honest, I blatantly stole it from the title of the movie. The song really doesn't go anywhere. To me, it's not a great illustration of some of my better moments as a songwriter. The lyrics are kind of abstract. I was really into Salvador Dali and a bunch of these abstract painters at the time, and so my feeling was, oh yeah, I can do that with words too, and it would be cool. I don't think it hasn't really held up for me. This is kind of a recording that's just been stashed away that I just kind of put a few finishing touches on with the hopes that, maybe some studio magic would make it a better song. And what I'm finding is that's usually not the case, that if I have to beef something up to make it good, it usually doesn't hold any water. So anyway, enjoy one of my crappier songs.
Deers fall through the bells of death. This gothic adventure is blood on me. Perish the thought I'm as poor as a country mouse, and Jacob's ladder, it ain't gonna find me here. And so Calypso, buried in the crossways, I'm an eloquent old man. In my amber days, I'm crying for the Fisher King. Once I'm out of the photograph, city of 7 hands will grant us all 9 lives. By brute force, the child comes a forgotten man, woman done died, one bird, two stones. And so Calypso, buried in the crossways, I'm an eloquent old man. In my amber days, I'm crying for the Fisher King. The act of truth seemed justified, and the 6 o'clock wind rose with the chain gang. So perish the thought, was poor as a country mouse, and Jacob's ladder, it ain't gonna find me here. And so Calypso, buried in the crossways, I'm an eloquent old man. In my amber days, I'm crying for the Fisher King.
I don't recall that. You don't recall that. You don't recall that. I don't recall that. That's how my song goes. And I don't recall things. I don't recall it. And I'm going to take a bow.
Reading through the good book and waiting for the boys to come home. Bicycles on the back porch and you in the kitchen alone. I got a mind to dance, a slow dance, play a little dirty dish romance, lose my hands in your hair and hum my song real low. Read you to sleep last night through the window full moonlight. Took your glasses off and I laid them on the floor. And in the early morning, the smell of coffee and a fire going, hoping the boys stay in bed for a while more. Walls get painted over, the memories don't get any older. In these rooms, we let a family be born. Maybe it's sentimental, like Grandpa's letters continental. A life with you is like me being reborn.
I'm a big believer that sometimes it takes 10 songs to be written before you find one that's actually any good. I spend a lot of time writing, and that's pretty much my ratio, I think, is 10 to 1. For every 10 songs I write, I usually get one that I like, and I think, yeah, this is pretty good. So anyway, and part of the exercise of writing is to kind of show up at that page every day and to try to get something down. And sometimes if I haven't written for a while, maybe a week or 2 weeks, I'll just jump in and just say, I'm not going to judge it. I'm just going to write it and get through that first awful song of trying to get back in the saddle of writing again. And this kind of falls into that territory. This is called Sheets Off the Bed. And I was going for just kind of wanting to be in the studio and just wanting to create, but not really having anything. So came up with a few chords. And I had just gotten a drum kit, so I decided to mic that up and see what it would sound like. So this is me also playing drums. So this is all live instruments, just kind of layered on top of each other. But there's really, when you hear the chorus, you're kind of like, okay, it was just an exercise. And I think that's okay. I like the idea of exercises to kind of get you back into that mode of writing again. So this is called Sheets Off the Bed.
Fuck the wedding, I did the bride. Sold the bride for a little less loneliness. Disappointed virgin. Fuck the wedding, I did the bride. Sold the bride for a little less loneliness. Disappointed virgin. Sheets off the bed. Sheets off the bed. Sheets off the bed. I know why some species eat their young, eat their mates. She's just me off me. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean to make you cry. I know you'll find something that they're looking for. Winter. There's just a little bit of satin too thick, seeping in the seams of her car. An accent too thick to put my mouth around. Fuck the wedding, I did the bride. Sold the bride for a little less loneliness. Disappointed virgin. Fuck the wedding, I did the bride. Sold the bride for a little less loneliness. Disappointed virgin. Sheets out the bed. Sheets out the bed. Sheets out the bed.
I was never a big Pearl Jam fan, but right after high school, I played in a three-piece band that tried to do some Pearl Jam covers and so forth. Not very well. And I think we played all of one show, and that was in somebody's living room. Yeah. I'll leave that at that. Anyway, this song is called Cannot Go Back Home, and I think this was written for that time period. I was trying to write some heavy, kind of aggressive acoustic music, and I wanted to sing like Eddie Vedder. And so this is my attempt at trying to sing like Eddie Vedder. Again, not very well. Recently, I just kind of dug this recording back up and put a guitar solo on there. So you hear kind of a fuzzed out guitar, which is kind of cool. But I omitted a bunch of cursing that was going on between the verses because I wasn't playing a guitar solo at that time, and I thought, ooh, yeah, let's do cursing between verses because that's cool. So anyway, this is called Cannot Go Back Home.
In a box, I know your secrets. Now I'm gonna kill that motherfucker, 'cause I cannot go back home. Yeah. Your country, shove their religion right in my face. Mommy, I don't wanna near you. Mommy, can you hear me? Now I'm gonna kill that motherfucker, 'cause I cannot go back home. Money, lights under a gunmetal sky, concrete kiss side of my face. Your father, I'm sorry you're dead. Now I'm gonna kill that motherfucker, 'cause I cannot go back home.
What's that one?
What?
That one there, on your arm.
Oh, well, it's a tattoo. I got that removed.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Mother. What is it?
To Hooper, that's the USS Indianapolis.
You were on the Indianapolis?
What happened?
Japanese submarine slammed 2 torpedoes into our side, Chief. He was coming back from the island of Tinian to Leyte, just delivered the bomb, the Hiroshima bomb. 1,100 men went into the water. Vessel went down in 12 minutes. Didn't see the first shark for about half an hour. Tiger, 13-footer. You know that when you're in the water, Chief? You tell by looking from the dorsal to the tail. What we didn't know was our bomb mission had been so secret, no distress signal had been sent. They didn't even list us overdue for a week. Very first light, Chief. Sharks come cruising. So we formed ourselves into tight groups. You know, it's kind of like old squares in a battle, like you see in a calendar, like the Battle of Waterloo, and the idea was shark comes to the nearest man, that man he starts pounding and hollering and screaming. Sometimes the shark would go away. Sometimes he wouldn't go away. Sometimes that shark, he looks right into you, right into your eyes. You know the thing about a shark, he's got lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes. When he comes at you, he doesn't seem to be living until he bites you. And those black eyes roll over white, and then you hear that terrible high-pitched screaming. The ocean turns red, and in spite of all the pounding and the hollering, they all come in and they rip you to pieces. You know, by the end of that first dawn, lost 100 men. I don't know how many sharks, maybe 1,000. I don't know how many men, they average 6 an hour. On Thursday morning, Chief, I bumped into a friend of mine, Herbie Robinson from Cleveland. Baseball player, bosun's mate. I thought he was asleep. Reached over to wake him up. Bobbed up and down in the water. It was like a kind of top. Upended. Well, he'd been bitten in half below the waist. Noon the 5th day, Mr. Hooper, Lockheed Ventura saw us. He swung in low and he saw us too. A young pilot, a lot younger than Mr. Hooper anyway. He saw us and he come in low, and 3 hours later, a big fat PBY comes down and started to pick us up. You know, that was the time I was most frightened, waiting for my turn. I'll never put on a life jacket again. So 1,100 men went in the war. 316 men come out. The Sharks took the rest June the 29th, 1945. Anyway, we delivered the bomb.
One of my biggest pet peeves as a songwriter is to hear other songwriters use the word reality in a song. I don't know why it bothers me. I guess because reality is so individual and so personal in the sense of each person has their own version of reality, whether you want to tell them that or not. So to all you songwriters out there, leave out the word reality in your song. It doesn't help. One of my favorite St. Louis songwriters is a gentleman by the name of Chuck Reinhardt. And I've been slowly archiving his material, and this past few weeks, he's been over here, and we've been kind of documenting his songs and getting them all archived in audio format, because I think it's important for us as songwriters to document what we've done so that future generations can look back. And I've pretty much made most of my recording time with individuals fall down to that basic purpose of just trying to document someone at a particular place and time. So it's been a great pleasure to work with Chuck, getting his songs recorded and so forth. This next song is a song he wrote that I ended up recording using Mark Grabowski and myself and my wife on background vocals. We had just kind of took a day in the studio and started working with it. And this is called I Believe. There's about 10 songs of Chuck's that I think are just absolute masterpieces. And this is one of them. It's just a nice visual image of a couple slow dancing. He's got away with lyrics and kind of puts you in your place. So anyway, enjoy a little Chuck Reinhardt song.
Couple dancing on an open floor. She's new to his touch, he's never seen her before. And they're at ease with the music. It's all they want to believe. Music from a stage of life. Figures move to remind some things will never come but once. The evening passes, the acts change. The music still relieves. She's so happy, I believe. He's kicking his heels, I believe. The music and movement's all that's life. She's so happy, I believe. Couple dancing. This much I believe. Couple dancing, share this time. It's what they believe. A couple dancing, can they know how they dance, please? Couple dancing, and this much I believe. She's so happy, I believe. He's kicking his heels, I believe. The music and movement's all inside. She's so happy, I believe. Couple dancing, this much I believe.
Sally T's was a bar in Old Town St. Peter's that closed in January of '06. And I have to say that's kind of where a lot of my playing out and performing and all that kind of stuff really kind of started to take off. I hosted an open mic there for many years, and that weekly showing up and playing really helped me as a musician, as a songwriter too. I got to see a lot of other great songwriters and see a lot of great original music being performed. Pretty much every Saturday night and every Friday night. Groups like Mattahoochee and River City Buskers and Eric Ketzer. I mean, just a lot of folks who I admire as writers and performers, and just really helped my musical training. So this next recording is from a live show at Sally's. It's not a particularly great recording or performance on my part, but it is what it is. Kind of hard to lie in a live performance there. But this is a recording of me doing Happiness is a Warm Gun by the Beatles.
This is a song by a friend of mine. She's not a girl that misses much. Do. Oh yeah. She's well acquainted with the touch of the velvet hand, like a lizard on a window pane. A man in the crowd with these multicolored mirrors on his hobnail boots, lying there beside while his hands are busy working overtime. A sole impression of his wife, which he made and donated to the National Trust. I need a fix, 'cause I'm going down to the place that I live down. I need a fix, 'cause I'm going down. Mother Superior, jump the gun. 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 Happiness is a warm gun, mama. And happiness is the one, yes it is. When I hold you in my arms and I feel my finger on your trigger, I know nobody can do me no harm, because happiness is a warm gun, mama. Happiness is warm, yes it is. Happiness is a warm gun, mama. And happiness is a warm, oh yes it is. Don't you know that happiness is a warm gun, mama? And happiness is a warm gun, yes it is.
This last song is called, what is it called? Oh, it's called Crazy Man. And when I was playing in a group with Mark and Aaron, we called ourselves the Daniels, and we had begun recording a bunch of different songs for multiple CDs. I had a pretty grandiose plan as to what to do. And so we started recording in Aaron's basement, and the recordings never went anywhere. The band broke up right after we finished recording. So I've had these recordings sitting around, and I've been trying to find some kind of way to justify using these great drum tracks and great bass tracks that were on there. Pretty much the guitars and the vocals were shit at that time. So anyway, picked up this recording, pulled it back in, and threw it into the studio and started messing with it. And I just finished this recording today. And hopefully the mix will not be too horrible, but I'm going to go ahead and throw it on here. Not a particularly great song, but kind of a fun song. I was writing a lot of material at that time, and I think what's interesting about that is it was kind of a transition period, because I was really trying to find my voice as a writer. And I think this is a good way of me kind of demonstrating the struggle that I was going through to try and find out, what am I writing pop songs? Am I writing rock songs? Where am I going with this? And at the time, I really didn't necessarily know what kind of influences I wanted to kind of follow. So I was just writing and writing and writing, hopefully that some kind of songs would come out of that time period and would kind of help direct me as to what kind of writer I was going to be. Anyway, that's just a bunch of bullshit for saying it's an okay song.
two steps behind. And through this town with the trees hung over, sunshine played to our way. That's when I fell. That's when I fell. Beneath the leaves where the stars fall, taste of dragon, and Pete's gone away. Tragic breath with stores of streams, pulling on each other's strings like crazy men. And I was like a crazy man. And I was like a crazy man. Like crazy man. Like crazy man. With the old travelers and Adam's cradle, her ivory hands and lifted stones. Ollie, Ollie, oxen free, one last liar's girl. She's barefoot to run alone. I was like a crazy man. And I was like a crazy man. Like crazy man. Like crazy. I was like a crazy man. Crazy man. Crazy man. Crazy man.
Yes, you are listening to those beautiful sounds of Grant Green. And hope you've enjoyed this disc. There's a few reasons for me doing this. First off is just the idea of an audio diary. Kind of share some stories behind some of my tunes. They weren't great stories, I know that. You don't need to remind me. But I think the other piece is that we're now at a crossroads in terms of the music industry and what's going on. Most of my music hacker sites, where I get most of my illegal downloads, have kind of been under threat of lawsuits from the record companies and so forth. And I have to say, it doesn't sit real well with me. I've always been a big believer that music should be free. If you want to see a show, that's fine. Pay the money to go see a show. But I think the best thing for an artist is to get their things out there so people can see them. When you get down to it, we're just dealing with basically zeros and ones, the binary code for anything that has to do with the digital world. So I'm stealing zeros and ones. Anyway, I kind of want to do my part and kind of set music out there to be free. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Write a song, do something, get out there and record, make it available. Anyway, this is November. I plan on doing this once a month. The December disc will have a few holiday tunes on there. And again, best of luck. Keep your pen to the paper.